Instantly tired. The mad doctor of disaster and destruction, Omega Outlaw. Chris Persia, the wrench of wrenches. Snortopoopus Huger. Roll Tide, Keely Chow, Roll Tide. Dean Crash. Andrew 46 and 2. My favorite polar bear on YouTube, Snortopoopus Huger. Psychodorm Josh Hoopkin. Mike Apple. Arusa Deva. 27. DJ Ronnie D. And Novak DJ D. Right on. Broken Entertainment. Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Taco Tuesday with Stone Loki and Mexican Ironman. I of course am your host, Stone Loki, and with me today is the one, the only, the man who invented jumping out of a window, ladies and gentlemen. Snort. Huh? What? Is he there?
I'm just waiting for a proper introduction without lies and fake news.
The man, the myth, the legend, the man who coined the phrase "she could be married," Mexican Ironman.
Again, waiting for an introduction that's not fake news.
That was your introduction.
Well, that's fake news there. I did not coin no phrase like...
What do you mean fake news? We've got it right here. You wanted a bottle of wine, a box of condoms, 50 feet of rope, and no, the rope was for afterwards. She might be married.
I like how you line that up so it looks like I said that. That's pretty cute. That's cute. That's real cute. What's up, everybody? What's up, Loki?
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's out there doing well. I hope you're doing well. How are you doing? How is Mexican Ironman? I hope your back's not bothering you from all those windows you've been jumping out of.
Funny, cute. You know what?
I want
to be honest and say my shoulder and arm is killing me. I'm going to probably go get an MRI and an X-ray today. But then again, that just furthers this fake news story about how that happened.
That you went out a window.
No.
You had to jump out of the window because that guy was good.
Fake news
for banging his wife.
Fake news. I'm calling Elon. Fake news. I'm calling Elon. Elon, hold on. Elon, I've got fake news happening on your Twitters. Help!
Mexican Ironman is announcing his new line of Christmas iron thongs, traditional or fur lined.
Well, that could happen. That's different. That could happen. The people demand their product.
And the Dega Outlaw with $4.99 super chat. Good morning to Dega. Thank you so very much, my friend. Mad Doctor of Disaster and Destruction, ladies and gentlemen, says, here's your intro. Mexican Ironman, hero of the common man. Skull!
You're a very funny man, senor.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You are. You are.
Mhm.
So yesterday, guys, good morning,
Yes.
everybody.
Good morning,
Ye-
everybody. Hi. Hello.
Yesterday, we
Hold
got
on, I'm
this.
waving to the fans. Hi. Hello. Hello. Hello across the pond, British peoples. Hello. Hello. God save the king. Hello, British peoples. Now I gotta talk to my minority brothers. Yo, what up, bruh? That's for that's so we can appeal to our urban environment. What up, dog?
Ironcaster asked, does the arc reactor go in the front or the back of the iron thong?
Well, the arc reactor is in the front because it needs to power the penile region.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hey, don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
Uh-huh. I figured it went right up your ass. Anyway.
Oh, that was a good one. I see what you did there.
Uh-huh.
Sir,
So
how may I be of service to you this fine morning?
Service.
Yes. Mexican Ironman is in service to Valhalla and my demigod of mischief. Lead the way, sir.
Okay.
I'm full of shit this morning, aren't I?
Oh, DJ Ronnie G says, is that used in a penal colony? Oh, wait, that's penal. So yesterday we had a chance to talk a little bit about Star Trek.
Okay.
And what has been going on with kind of like the little war of the Trek between certain people. People are getting upset, people are getting pissy. Why don't you tell the chat why Star Trek means so much to you?
Oh, jeez. Way to wake me up in the morning. Wow, that's stronger than a double espresso shot of coffee. So, obviously, I'm not old enough to have been around when Star Trek first aired. I found Star Trek much later. I mean, think it was what, 69, 79, 15 years after it aired, I guess, on reruns on KTVU, Channel 2, on reruns. And I was a latchkey kid, so I was by myself a lot, pretty much all of growing up. No, well, it was all of growing up. I was a latchkey kid. And mom was working 2 jobs, or she had one job where she worked 2 shifts. So she was like barely around. And when she was around, it was usually between 12 and 8 in the morning. So by the time she got home, I was usually in bed already. And I walked myself to school, walked home. Anyway, fast forward. So I found Star Trek on KTV, the original series on KTVU Channel 2 in reruns. And I was just immediately gravitational force. I was just drawn to it. I didn't have a dad growing up. I later got a stepdad. Actually, later in life, I got 2 stepdads. That's another story for another day. But I didn't have a dad. And Captain Kirk basically was my dad. I mean, that show, I watched it twice a day. It showed around, I think, God, if I remember correctly, it was around 5 or 6. And then again later at night, I think around 10 or 11 after the 10 o'clock news. And I just thought he was the greatest. I thought it was about adventure. There are 2 things for me that came out of Star Trek. One is that Captain Kirk was like, I said, if I ever had a dad, I wanted him to be like that. I thought he was brave. I thought he was smart. I thought he never gave up. I thought in the face of danger, in the face of challenges, he just found a way to persevere and solve problems. And well, let's just say that a little bit of the Captain Kirk's ways with the ladies may have rubbed off on Mexican Ironman in his adult life.
Uh-huh.
Just maybe. I may have taken some cues from Captain Kirk, not just in terms of bravery and valor, but just maybe Captain Kirk may have influenced my adult dating life. Just maybe. Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
Maybe. Jury's still out. Jury's still out. And the other thing is that it made me want to get into like science and technology. So that's why I started studying math so aggressively later when I had the opportunity. Once I got out of pre-algebra and what was that, 6th grade, I started doing summer school. I had taken I took algebra 2. Was it my freshman year? Because I had taken algebra. Took algebra in 8th grade. And then before I got to high school, and then that summer I took geometry. So I had taken trig. And then by sophomore year summer, I was taking calculus. So I AP'd out of math like early. Like there was no more math to do after second year in high school because I had taken calculus at San Jose State. So right after my sophomore year, that summer, I took calculus AB at San Jose State, and then when I got back to high school, I had to go to San Jose State to do advanced calculus my junior year. Anyway, I was all into math because I wanted to be into math, science, and accounting because I thought that's if I wanted to live in a Star Trek universe, that's what I needed to do. So in terms of course, I ended up becoming an accountant and not a scientist. But I did when I went to Stanford, I started off wanting to get into engineering, and then I had a bent towards mechanical engineering, but I was so burnt out with math that I then switched gears. So anyway, yeah, numbers, love of science and tech, and Captain Kirk was my dad, and I just thought he was a great role model. That's my answer.
And you've been in love with this ever since.
Absolutely. I have seen Star Trek, the original series, every one of those episodes. God, I don't even know how many times. 10, 20, 30? Easy. Some of them probably 50, 100 times, certain episodes.
What did you think about Next Gen?
So I hated Next Gen when it came out because you got to remember Next Gen came out. When did Next Gen come out in the 80s?
Yes.
At some point. Yeah. So you got to remember is that I was just watching Star Trek original series, and then Next Gen came out, and I was very much attached to the reruns of the original series. So I didn't get into Next Generation at all at the time that it aired. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was lame, especially that first episode where they're like, ooh, I think it was the first or second
Encounter at Ballpoint.
Whatever the hell that was. Which is the one where they were chasing the black people around the jungle gym? Is that one?
No, that's the one where Tasha Yar's fighting
Or was that the second one? It was
one of those. The second one.
Okay, it was one of those first 2 or 3 episodes. But I just thought it was stupid, lame, and ridiculous.
Man Squatch nails it right there. The French captain surrenders within the first 10 minutes of the first episode.
Anyway, I just thought it was dumb, stupid, and lame. So
Code of Honor. That's the one that you're talking about. Code of Honor.
So I didn't get into Next Generation until way down the road when I got as a gift the DVDs that had the Robert Meyer Burnett interviews of the Star Trek Next Gen cast. And when I saw those, that's when I started liking Next Gen. But I still never liked it more than original series to this day. And I still don't like it more than, say, DS9, that's for sure.
All right. Segadorf 9, $5 super chat says, my vote went for Mr. Spock. So I grow up to be more like Mr. Scott. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Segadorf 9, you guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. And here is a quick one just for you, brother. Skull!
Spartans! What is your profession?
So you missed like a whole era of Trek through Next Gen, through Deep Space Nine. I take it you didn't watch Voyager or Enterprise either.
No, that's not true. I did watch all of Enterprise. I watched all of Voyager. I watched. I didn't watch any of the Next Gen when it happened live. I ended up watching in this order. I think I went from the original series to what was first, Voyager or DS9?
DS9. DS9 came first.
So DS9 was next, then Voyager, which I like Voyager. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people can't stand it. I fucking love Voyager.
There's coffee in that nebula. Mr. Tuvok, plot a course. I might put the whole ship in danger, but I'm going to get my black
I love
coffee.
Tuvok. I love Chipotle. Oh, I mean Chipotle. Did I say Chipotle? Chicote. I love Chicote. Obviously, Mexican Ironman. Love 7 of 9.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I found her to be a welcomed addition to the cast.
Well, I've been rewatching all of Star Trek, and I just got to Scorpion last night. So that's the first episode. Scorpion Part 2 is the first episode with 7 of 9.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets better when
Yes,
7 gets there.
Voyager is something that gets better with time, minus a few episodes, and that's why I laugh at some of these next gen people that hate on Voyager, because there's more shitty Star Trek next gen episodes than there are shitty Voyager episodes, in my opinion. But they all these series have different emphasis. Like
Dean Krantz says in defense of Voyager, Janeway had bigger balls than pegged hard.
Yep, I concur. So I found Next Generation to be, from a storytelling standpoint, entertaining. I find the original series to be inspirational. I find Voyager to be kind of like maybe the reason I like Voyager is because it's kind of Battlestar Galactica-y. You know, that whole thing, like we're on a quest to find something. I think most of the reason why I like Voyager is because I'm a huge Battlestar Galactica fan, and just the whole idea of like traversing like billions of light years, you know, somehow like grabs me and stuff. And DS9 is just the most, in my opinion, for the series that I've seen, is one of the 2 or 3 best sci-fi creations on planet Earth that have ever existed on television. Period.
See, I watched TNG, of course, with my dad. I had grown up watching Star Trek, kind of like you, but my dad wasn't always around. He would be on, he'd be on call on a carrier for like 6 months out of every year, so he'd be off deployed. But when he was home, and when we got to spend time together, I got to stay up late and watch Star Trek. That's one of the things I remember. And I remember going to see. I remember going and seeing Search for Spock in the theater with him and my mom. And they watched obviously TNG, and I didn't in the beginning. I was only like 8 when TNG came out. I didn't like it. It was not the swashbuckling adventures that, you know, where's the sword fighting? Where's the gunfights? Where's the, you know, battles? It wasn't the swashbuckling adventure that I got with TOS.
So you had the same reaction I did.
Initially, yeah. Eventually, once it was around Best of Both Worlds, I got into it.
Okay.
I got into it. I thought Best of Both Worlds was like the greatest 2-parter ever on television history. Everybody was waiting to see what happened to Picard. Is Picard going to die? Is Picard going to come back? Is Riker going to take over the ship? There were all these things that were going on that were being talked about. And now it was around Best of Both Worlds that I was like, okay, I'm hooked. And even then, there were episodes I really didn't like. It wasn't really until Deep Space Nine that I got on this like giant roll of it's all good. And even that took a couple of seasons to get to the point where it was like, you know, okay, what's going on with this Cisco guy? Why haven't they made him a captain yet? Oh, they make him a captain, and he shaves his head, and then he's like, motherfucker, I ain't putting up with none of your bullshit. Which starship is yours, Captain Cisco? It's the one that says bad motherfucker on it.
You want to hear a controversial statement? Here's one. If it wasn't for Captain Kirk, I'd have to say that Cisco is the best captain of all of them.
Okay, I think Cisco is the best captain.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, over Kirk. He's, to me, I mean, there's no
Well, I can't do
Cisco,
that because that's my dad. That's my TV dad. I can't go against my TV dad.
Cisco. Here's the thing. Cisco, between the difference between Cisco and Kirk is the smallest out of all the captains.
Yep.
The distance between them is the smallest because there were times that Kirk led with his emotions. Kirk was big brain. Kirk was always thinking. Kirk always had a way out. That was his thing. I mean, I think Bones said it best in Star Trek 3 when he said, "You do what you always do. You turn death into a fighting chance for life." That's what Kirk does. That's why in that first movie, Kirk takes command of the Enterprise and he's like, "No, it's because of 5 years of going out and dealing with shit like this. That's the reason why Nagura gave me my command back, was because I dealt with this shit for 5 years and I never lost. I always came out on top. I was always the winner." So yeah, I think compared to everybody else, Cisco's the closest to Kirk.
Well, the
you
other
can
thing
get.
about DS9 is that if you look at all of the episodes and all of the seasons, there are no major massive hiccups or failings in terms of actors, storyline, or episodes. You know, there aren't any that you can say, okay, that sucked, in
No.
my opinion, right?
Yeah. But there were always going to be episodes that suck, and there's always going to be stuff that happens. The difference, I think, is that they were always doing their best to give us the best they could get. That's not the way it is today. I think that's a big problem today. One of the reasons why I actually had a conversation with Nicholas Glenn last night about this. Because we were talking about Picard season 3 and whether or not it's going to be any good or not, and whether I think Robert Meyer Burnett's full of shit, which I don't. I think Robert Meyer Burnett got his view. The problem is when you have a meal, when you have this big meal. Let's say you have this big meal planned, right? And you want everything to be great, but nothing tastes good. Everything tastes like shit. Okay. And you get to the end of this meal and you have the very best dessert served ever. It doesn't matter anymore because the entire meal tasted like shit. Because the entire meal has tasted like shit, that dessert is kind of ruined. It's like, well, I don't even, you don't even know. You don't even know if you want to stick your spoon in there and even try it because the meal has been so shit. A lot of people are just going to get up and they're going to walk out and they're never even going to try and taste to see if that's the best dessert ever. So you could have the very best season of Picard ever. You could, oh my God, this is the TNG movie everyone wanted. It's just 10 episodes. It's 10 hours instead of 2. This is going to be the very best TNG you're ever going to see since TNG was on the air.
Yeah.
And it won't matter because we've had these horrible seasons of Discovery where they have spit on you as fans. You don't matter. This isn't your daddy's Trek. Get ready because it's ours now. We're taking over. We don't care about you anymore. We spit on you. We call you ists and ohs. If you dare question our storylines or our people or anything like that, we've been spit on, we've been shit on, we've been told we're horrible people for having an opinion. All this bullshit that we've had to deal with through seasons of Discovery, through seasons of Picard. Orange Man Bad, Mike. Did you not see last season of Picard? Did you see season 2? Do you know how bad it was? We covered it. It was fucking horrible.
I didn't cover it on your show with you. I did on Doomcock's show. And yes, I've seen it. I've seen it all. I've seen season 1 and season 2. It's a couple of the episodes.
That blonde bitch was eating batteries.
Yeah.
Car batteries, ladies and gentlemen, like she was in a fucking buffet. She had it wiped all over her face like ice cream. It was like, batteries. And you're like, oh my God, this is bad. This is so bad. and it just gets worse.
Right.
As the season goes on, it just gets worse and worse to you're laughing. You're watching the end of season 2, and that crazy Borg blonde bitch is on the bridge of that ship with battery mouth, and you're just laughing. It's so bad that you're laughing. This is what they do. This is what they've done. This is what they do. This is what happens. They don't care. They have the writer's room of scissoring hens, these crazy ass SJW weirdos with the colored hair where they're up on the desks and they're scissoring like mad because they've got nothing better to do. This is what Star Trek has become. And you think people are just going to be like, you know what? Let's give it a shot after all of this shit. And I understand what Robert Meyer Burnett's saying. Watch the first 40 minutes. If you don't, you've made a mistake. Well, guess what? A lot of people I don't think are going to do that. A lot of people don't care anymore. It's been ruined. It's done. Even he said it on the thing with Nick. When Luis Sparrow was commenting and saying they have ruined this for me. I am done with Star Trek. I'm not putting myself through this. I'm not going to continue to kick myself when I'm down by watching this. I'm done. They lost me as a customer. And he's like, that's really sad. You should at least give it the first 40 minutes, yada, yada, yada.
Wait, when did this happen? Where was this at?
This was during the if you look at the video Echo Base released yesterday, there him and Nick and a couple other people are sitting there talking about the release of season 3 of Picard and how great it's going to be. And Luis Sparrow, our very own Luis Sparrow here on Mornings of Mischief,
whom we love dearly,
made a comment and said, "No, they've lost me. I don't care anymore. They have lost me as a customer. I'm not going to watch it." And he said, "Well, it's really sad. If you watch the first 40 minutes of it, you're going to be hooked. It's going to happen." And I'm sitting there and I'm watching this and I'm listening to it. And I've tried to keep up as best as I can with the opinions of other people going into this.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is they've kind of spit on us and treated us like shit and said we shouldn't have an opinion, and how dare we speak of something, and how dare we question their decisions, and how dare we question the mighty J.J. Abrams.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't care whether it's good or not. Worf looks too old, but you know what? That's low-key bringing up what someone would probably say is just semantics, Loki. It's just semantics. He's older. So what if they made him look a lot older or a little bit older or whatever? Because they don't care. If they cared about canon and they cared about the way he should look, he shouldn't look like he's an 80-year-old fucking Klingon. He should look like he's in his 40s.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way he should look. He might have some gray, but he's not going to be like a full head of gray hair. He didn't age like Riker and Troy and Picard. He's a Klingon.
Mm-hmm.
He ages slower. He will be twice their age when they die. So he will be by the time Worf buys it, it'll be like another 100 years. Core and all of the Klingons in Deep Space Nine, all the old Klingons that fought Kirk, that were together, that knew Jadzia, they were all over 100 years old and they were still spry. They were still kicking ass and taking names.
Yep.
So Worf shouldn't look like he's like 80 years old.
So there's another aspect to your argument. I agree with everything that you said thus far. The additional argument that comes from that me and Doomcock had the other week. First of all, everything that you said, I agree with, and certainly Doomcock does as well. But the one other aspect that is out there is the fact that, let's just say this is good and it does well. Well, that just helps Kurtzman stay in power, who has been the force of destruction of everything. And where I stand from a business standpoint is that by supporting this shit, good, bad, or ugly, whatever it is, if it ends up, being overwhelmingly positive, then that just helps Kurtzman, that piece of shit, stay in power, that piece of shit.
Okay. What Zach says right here is exactly it. When you say they lost you, that makes it sound like an accident. You're right. You are absolutely right.
Fuck, that's a
They
great
don't
point.
want
That
us.
is a great point right there, bro.
Star Trek went to the store for cigarettes and never came back. That's right. This ain't your daddy's Trek. We don't want you.
Yeah.
We don't want you
We
as
got
fans.
abandoned. We got abandoned.
We got abandoned and then spit on. We got spit on. So no, they don't get my business. Paramount, here's the deal. Paramount's been making strides to fix some things. So I will give them the benefit of the doubt on that.
Yeah.
But that does not mean Star Trek under CBS is trying to fix anything.
Right.
So they don't get my business. It's just like Disney. Disney doesn't get my business. Star Trek doesn't get my business. They want to woo me back? Shit. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. It's going to take a lot more than the promise of Picard. It's going to take a lot more than that. I think that they've got a lot of work cut out for them.
I agree.
Kai, what is up, brother? Kai, the man with the mohawk.
Brother Kai.
No, Star Trek left for cigarettes and got body snatched. Now they mad we realized it's a body snatcher.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah, they don't.
Kurtzman, the Trek snatcher.
Spit back and don't take their crap, says Whitechapel. I think we have. I think that's what we've done. And Ironcaster, the only Star Trek I want is a Blu-ray DS9 set. And we have all been wanting that for. Go ahead.
Real quick, Bambino's barking and someone just ring the doorbell.
Go.
I'll be back in 2 minutes. Keep reading comments. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I think everybody wants that DS9. That's like the holy grail for fans of DS9 is getting that Blu-ray set that was restored with the same love and the same care that went into the next gen set. Because the next gen set is absolutely beautiful. If you have not had a chance to watch the Blu-ray set of Next Generation, you are missing out. It's absolutely wonderful. So yeah, they totally need to do a DS9 Blu-ray set if they haven't already. There were rumors we were going to get one this Christmas. That was earlier in the year, and it has not happened. So it's what I want. Arwen Avalon, what they forgot too is the more we rewatch the originals, the more flaws we see in the crap they're trying to sell us. Absolutely. Absolutely. And they don't care about that. They really don't. They really do not care whether you watch the original series or not. They want things that are going to grab viewers now. They don't want reruns, which is idiotic. It's absolutely idiotic. I went on Paramount Plus the other day because I wanted to watch the director's cut of the motion picture because I haven't seen that since it was in theater. So I saw it in theater and I wanted to watch it in 4K. Guess what? It's not on Paramount Plus. What do you mean, Loki? That Star Trek, the director's cut, the motion picture, is not on Paramount Plus. None of these Star Trek movies are on Paramount Plus. Guess where they are? None of the Star Trek movies are on Paramount Plus. Take a wild guess where they all are, all of them. They're over on HBO Max. Ain't that a bitch?
That is so fucking funny. Isn't that funny as fuck?
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I'm in between a rock and a hard place because I called R&B I mean, he and I talk periodically on different stuff. And, he and I talked on the phone about the Star Trek crap. And he said, Mike, I swear to you, it's good. And I swear to you, when you watch it, you're going to like it. I believe him. So it's going to be interesting because I've also always held that brilliance is an affirmative defense in the face of suck. But yeah, I don't know. Look, I would, and I got to be honest, full disclosure, I'm not boycotting this season 3 because I've already committed to watch it because I'm going to be covering it on various channels, whether it's here, Doomcock, or I don't know. Are you going to cover it or are you going to watch it or not?
I don't think so. Kai says there are different licensing rights for the movies and the shows. Not anymore because Paramount brought them all under one house. So now they're all under the Paramount license. So yes, CBS had the license for the television shows, but CBS and Paramount are all under one domain now. So it's all under one house now. So the fact that the movies aren't on Paramount Plus is absolutely insane because that's where all the shows are.
Right.
Because Paramount has all the licensing for the movies, and now Paramount has all the licensing for the shows. So it's all under one house now, but the movies are over at HBO Max. Yes, but here's the thing. When the motion picture director's cut came out in theaters, it also released on Paramount Plus. All the movies were on Paramount Plus then. So why they're on HBO Max now? That's a really good question. Why they're on HBO now when they were all on Paramount when the director's cut of the motion picture released?
Right.
So that's something that they've done since then. It's just weird to me. Why would you do that? You've talked about, well, we're bringing all of Star Trek under one roof. We're making Star Trek all under one roof. That way it's all together and you can find it all in one place. And then they lease the movies out to HBO Max. And the movies are released under the Turner Classic Movies, the Turner Movie Classics, whatever they are. They're under that banner. So HBO Max is still a thing. Yes. And to me, the only streaming service that I will pay for anymore. I won't pay for the other ones. Yeah, and that's what I think it is, Punkwaddle. That's what I think it is they realize they need to make money off of these movies, and they're leasing them out again. I think that's going to happen more and more with Netflix and Paramount Plus and HBO Max, and there's going to go back to more of the sharing and less of the exclusive. We want it under our own roof. We're getting all of our own stuff, and you're not going to be able to find it anywhere else. I think that's going to go the way of the dodo because they need to make money. Paramount and CBS were making money, free money. It's free money, Mike.
Money.
Hey, we'll give you $5 million a year to put Star Trek on our streaming service. Okay,
Free money.
That's free money.
I mean, the funny thing is, Kurtzman's been stealing other franchise fucking forever. You know, he got started. You know why he's so embedded with CBS and shit? It's because of Hawaii Five-0.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
That's where he got to start. And everybody else did all the work for him, and he just had his name on top. He wrote that shit out in there. Ever since then, he's just, been their little bitch boy.
And he's been JJ's bitch boy. See, this is what I don't understand. Why do they keep hiring these people? I mean, it's an age-old question. That's something we've been asking for a long time.
Because Hollywood is not a meritocracy. Hollywood is not a meritocracy. Hollywood is all about who you know and who knows who, and do you want to know who that person knows? And the currency is reputation. Script Doctor did the best job of explaining this to me because I come from a place of meritocracy in business, and I was just like, I don't fucking understand this shit. But it's all about reputation. Now, that reputation is not it's not the fandom's reputations. Like, for example, KK. That's a great example. The view of KK amongst the fandom is that she's a sack of shit. Certainly, I have been on many a live stream talking about how she is not the world's greatest fucking producer because, you know, what a producer does is not that hard. I mean, just imagine if, if I, Mike, we want you to be the producer of a Steven Spielberg movie. Okay, so what do I got to do? A, pick up checks from people who will easily finance this. B, pay vendors that want to work on this. And C, pay the actors that want to work on this. All right, I'm done. I'm going home early. Miller time. But anyways, but from a reputation standpoint, because she's had her name on so much shit amongst the Hollywood crowd, she's someone to know. Fucking sickening and disgusting. Ugh, I want to puke every time I think about it.
And as normal everyday people, because this is the way normal everyday normies, this is the way normies think, ladies and gentlemen. You are rewarded for success. You go to work, you do your job. If you do something extraordinary or something extremely successful, you get more success. You will get that raise. You will get that promotion. You will get this. You will get that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the way it works there. You could have something that's a total and complete fucking failure, and you still get that raise. You still get that promotion. You still get raised up like you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. Doesn't matter whether you were successful or not. You could go out and you can make the worst movie of all time, and Sony puts you up, gives you a promotion and puts you at the head of a casting production or something because, my God, you're doing such a great job losing them money.
Right.
That's what happened with that one crazy bitch that did Charlie's Angels.
Yep.
Can never remember her damn name.
Oh God.
Yeah, the crazy bitch.
Oh God. I'm I'm blinking.
Yeah. So she got a promotion. Sony promoted her after
what's her name?
After that. This is not the way normal people do business. This is not the way normal people do business. And a lot of it has to do with bailouts and with Elizabeth Banks. Thank you, Dean Krantz. Thank you so very much, Elizabeth Banks. She was taught by Jennifer Lawrence how to be a woman because nobody knew before Jennifer Lawrence how to be a woman.
Nope, no one knew. No one knew. Jennifer Lawrence created the first Mexicans.
And Chris Persia brings this up. Blockbuster were idiots. Netflix offered them to buy them out, but they couldn't see online streaming as a viable option. It's really funny because Enron promised Blockbuster online streaming rentals. Enron said, we've got the technology. We're going to do the business. We're going to set up all the things needed to do streaming of videos, and you're going to be able to sit at home, and you're going to be able to rent a movie from the comfort of your home. The only problem was they didn't have the technology at the time to actually do it. It was in like 360p.
Ew.
So it looked like absolute ass. Yeah.
Ew.
So they didn't have. Yes, I did say Enron. I did say Enron.
Yeah,
Enron
they didn't make it to that party.
So Enron went to Blockbuster and told them, no, we're gonna do push button rentals. You're gonna rent movies from the comfort of your own home. You're never gonna have to leave your home to rent a movie. And they were right. They were just like 15 years too early. So. And it looked like shit. They just didn't have the technology at the time to do it. But they promised them they could. Got tens and hundreds of millions of dollars to do it when they couldn't do it. So why Blockbuster would not be smart enough to go, yeah, Netflix? I don't know. I really don't. They should have. They should have sold out.
Well, it would have been ideal, right?
Yeah. They should have sold out, and all the Blockbusters could have become Netflixes. So, but we got like way off topic. Star Trek. So what are we know how much you love, how much we both love Star Trek. We've talked about our love for Star Trek. We've talked about our hopes for what they were for Star Trek. And, we've talked about.
I have another controversial take on the Star Trek stuff. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So my other controversial take, which has not been well received, is that I have resolved that I will die, even though I probably got another 20, 30 years left of my life, I hope. I don't know if it'll go much longer than that. We Mexicans don't tend to live very long. Hell, how I haven't dropped dead already is beyond me, given my life stories. And accordingly, your little images on the internet about me going out windows. But I have decided, I have come to the overwhelming conclusion that I will die before I ever see any good Star Trek ever again. That is what I have come to the conclusion. I will die before I ever see any good Star Trek ever again, at least on a consistent basis. Maybe I'll see a little bit here and there that's good. Maybe. I'm not banking on it, but let's just say maybe. I mean, let's take this Terry Matalas season 3 of Picard. Frankly, even if fucking all 8 or 12 or however the fuck many episodes they're going to put out are any good, compare that to all of the other horse shit that has come before it in this new Trek universe world. It's all sucked. And I've seen all of it. I have seen all of it. I've seen all of the shit that's been out. I even watched Lower Decks. God, that was fucking stupid.
Yeah. No, I hated Lower Decks. I absolutely hated
all of Discovery.
Lower Decks is a piss in the face.
Oh, wait a minute. I have not seen all of it. I have not. Wait, I did see Strange New World, but I didn't see that new Janeway, whatever the fuck that is.
Prodigy.
I did not see Prodigy, so I apologize. I stand corrected. I did not see
That's
Prodigy.
true. I haven't seen Prodigy either.
I haven't seen Prodigy, but I've seen the rest of it. You know, I mean, it's kind of like the reaction to Strange New Worlds. People are like, "Oh my god, this is the Trek we've been waiting for." No,
it's not.
It's just less horse shit than the crap you've already seen.
And how do you say less horse shit when in the first 2 episodes you have an entire setup of Trump caused World War III and Orange Man Bad caused the eugenics wars. January 6th led to the eugenics wars, and that led to World War III. It's all Trump's fault.
Yep.
And from the fires and ashes of January 6th, the Federation was born. So literally, you hate Trump so bad. You hate Orange Man Bad so fucking bad that you made him the creator of the Federation. Without him, the Federation could have never been created. You have forever attached the creation of the United Federation of Planets to January 6th. Thank you so fucking very much, CBS and Paramount. You fucking morons.
Yep.
And yeah, Man Squatch, the eugenics wars were in the 90s, meaning Strange New Worlds is not in the Roddenberry timeline. I agree.
The other thing too is they made fucking Captain. Oh God, help me! Oh God, I'm blanking. Come on, Jesus Christ! The Strange New Worlds captain. What's his name?
Anson Mount.
Anson Mount. Anson Mount is playing this character such a beta ass bitch. Is fucking nauseous.
Yes.
Here's a newsflash. Male-female relations in 2022 are completely fucked.
Yes.
Newsflash. And it just makes me laugh because on the one hand, women bitch about men ain't shit. Yet in reality, the only men they want are alpha men that are fucking like Chad oriented, one way or the other.
Yes.
It just blows me away. You know, if someone were to tell me that in 2022, the way I'm not the best looking guy, I'm certainly not in shape like I could be. But if anyone told me that the older I get, the easier time I'd have in the dating marketplace, I'd fucking laugh. But you know what? I don't really have much competition between most of these 20, 30, 40-year-old beta-ass bitches that are out there. I really don't. Especially the ones that don't make any fucking money.
Claude Paris says, Strange New Worlds Pike was fed soy milk as a child and never got over it.
It's like he was just like sitting there. Like, dude, what? Remember that one episode where he was fucking like cooking for everybody? What the fuck?
I only made it like two
you didn't see
episodes,
all of
2 or
it.
3. No. I
Oh, you
was
didn't.
like, no. As soon as I saw the January 6th shit, I was out. We had actually had a discussion about it in the Valhalla Twitter tab
Okay.
where they were going on about the Gorn, and I was like, yeah, dude, this is why I said fuck this show. I'm out. I think Mark and Chris were talking about the Gorn episode. It might have been Josh too. If you were there, brother, I apologize. I'm just remembering this. Where they were talking about the Gorn and how awful the episode with the Gorn was and how horrible they made that. And I just couldn't keep watching it. After the Trump thing, I was just like, nope. Oh my God, it's such good Trek. This is the Trek we've been waiting for. And I'm like, you want to suck Orange Man bad titty? By all means, go ahead, suck Orange Man bad titty. I'm not watching a show that's based on the whole show is based on Orange Man bad. I'm just not. I won't get fooled again. So I'm not gonna watch Doctor Who. I'm not gonna watch. I don't watch Star Wars. I've pretty much given up on. I tried watching Strange New Worlds. Project Storytime. Josh says I was out when where the aliens reversed engineered warp technology by looking through a telescope. Yes, yeah, that was that. That was yeah. Yep, I'm right there with you. The Gorn episode was a disgrace. They made Gorn the xenomorphs of the Trek universe instead of strong, intelligent reptilian involved species. Yep. Made Kirk an effing Vampire Diary.
Yeah.
So why should we give this a chance? Where's Luis when you need her? Mark, I'm feeling tired. Thank you. Why should we give this a chance?
Well,
when they've done all this shit to us and they've just spat in our faces and told us we don't matter and told us if you don't like it, don't watch it. And now they're begging us to watch it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, showing the entire season to Robert Meyer Burnett and going, go, Robert, make everyone come and watch our show. That's desperate. We're going to give you all the information and we're going to let you watch our show. And then we're going to send you out in the wild and convert people back to Star Trek. That's desperation, ladies and gentlemen.
That's interesting too, that you say that, because I also know that they, there's been some reach out to the Popcast guys, those guys.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think the thing is that Terry Matalas, I would have given him a lot. I would have probably left him alone personally in this whole thing. But the way he went after some of the people in the fandom directly just really is fucking sickening. And so I'm going to have to stand with Doomcock and stand with Loki on this. Is that, unfortunately, I will be, and this is one of those things, I guess I am a YouTuber because I am going to watch it, because I am going to cover it. Because one thing that I can't stand is I can't stand people. And this is one of the reasons I respect you, Loki, a lot. Is that I don't believe that someone should review something if they haven't fucking watched it. You know what I mean? And
that's right.
The thing about you is that if you haven't, the thing about you is that even if you haven't watched it, what you do is your analysis is based upon numbers and results, even if you haven't watched it. But you don't talk about shit that you haven't watched from a qualitative standpoint. And that's one of the reasons I love Valhalla. I respect you. I can't stand a lot of these people that make videos and review shit that they haven't actually fucking seen.
Yeah. It's disingenuous. It's like lying. You're lying and you're saying that you went.
Like they'll say something like, "Well, I've seen enough in the previews to be able to comment."
No,
you fucking haven't.
No, you haven't.
No, you haven't. No, you fucking haven't.
Ironcaster makes a really good point.
What?
After how they treated him, after how they treated RMB. After how they disrespected him, they called him Yahtzee, they called him a liar. After the way they treated him,
he's still banned from the official Star Trek fucking Twitter feed. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Did you know that he got banned by the Star Trek official Twitter account? You didn't know that?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah.
and he's shilling for them.
I don't know if the word shilling. He's an advocate of the upcoming show. I'll say that. I don't know what what does the word shill mean. Hold on, let me look it up. Maybe you're right. Maybe that is the right word.
Well, I don't know. I'm very confused.
I'm in a fucked up situation because on the one hand, I'm close to R&B, and on the other hand, I'm brothers with Doomcock, and on the other hand, you're my brother, and you know how I think about shit, and we agree on damn near everything all the time, and so I'm in the middle of a rock and a hard place.
Well, there's a lot of respect for R&B. Listen, R&B is one of us. He's been one of us from the very beginning. I have a huge amount of respect for him. He agreed to come on the show, and he spent like 2 hours.
He knows his fucking Trek, bro. That motherfucker.
He does.
That motherfucker, that guy knows his thing. And I'm gonna tell you, like I said, I didn't even like TNG. The one thing I said about R&B is I've been a fan of his longer than he's been on YouTube, because when he put out those interviews, that behind the scenes shit for Next Generation, that made me love Next Generation. And then I went and watched it, and then I watched every show at least 2 or 3 or 4 times now, and all that. I mean, this guy's a fucking force of nature. R&B is just fucking amazing. I love that guy.
And what Man Squatch says right here, no, you are absolutely correct. When we were talking about like toys and GI Joes and building bases and all this shit, me and him did the exact same thing. You're talking about people that were separated by age, people that were separated by hundreds and hundreds of miles, and yet we played with our toys the exact same way.
Yeah.
We built bases, we flew into canyons, all kinds of crazy imaginative stuff that we did, playing with GI Joes and toys and shit when we were a kid. No, you're exactly right.
You know, it's interesting to watch these fandoms at the same time, because it's funny. Hollywood goes and destroys these fucking things, and then they give us something decent. Like, for example, Andor. I've seen all of it. It's not necessarily, it's hard to say this, it's Star Wars, but it's not. But it sure is a fuck a lot better than any of the horseshit that came before it. It's so funny to watch these fucking Hollywood people that came and destroyed the shit we loved, hijacked it for political purposes. Dude, I gotta tell you, I almost threw my remote control at my fucking screen when in Discovery, Stacey Abrams showed up as the fucking president of the Federation. Did you remember that episode?
I remember.
Dude, I literally had to stop myself. I came this close from throwing my remote control at the fucking TV, and then I realized, whoa! Like, it was like almost like the anger and the reflexive response was so strong. I literally almost cracked the fucking TV, but I held myself back right before launch.
I couldn't watch past season 3 of Discovery, so I can't. I couldn't do it.
You missed some goodies.
So, but I do know about the Stacey Abrams thing,
Yeah.
And how up their own ass they were about it, and I don't know. I can't, Mike. I can't get over what's happened the past couple of years, and go, oh no, everything's going to be great. Everything's going to be great. R&B said everything's going to be great. So I'm going to strap in and strap on, and my God, it's going to be great. I just can't. I can't. I can't. I have to disagree with him. And maybe someone said Shill was someone who sets up. Shill is a hustler, con person.
Well, I looked it up on
other people to buy something or think something is great. I mean, to me, he kind of is shilling, but also nobody else has seen this stuff that he's seen. And do I believe him? Yes, I absolutely believe him. But I don't care how good. I guess that's it. That's it. I don't care how good. I see PJ, saying, "Hey, can we all be respectful and all?" And I'm sorry, I love you, PJ, but I think people have a right to be upset. I think Doomcock has an absolute fucking right to be upset. He's been more upset than anybody about Star Trek, about what's happened with Star Trek. Yeah. And that's what pulled me into listening to him in the first place. Yeah. When he showed up on the High Council that night and people were, Doomcock, I was like, what the fuck is a Doomcock? And hello, fuck that Star Trek, fucking CBS, fuck CBS. And I'm like, who is this guy? And he's like, oh, I spit out my bourbon and threw it at the TV when I saw that plank of wood, Mikey Spock. And I'm like, oh my God, I love this guy. When he came on the High Council for the first time. If anybody has fucking a right to be upset and to be disenfranchised by Star Trek, believe me, it's Doomcock. You know, he's got the right to be pissed off. But so do other people. And I think that, you know, oh, well, let's keep things civil. Did they keep things civil, PJ? I love you, brother, but did they keep things civil? No. They called us racist, homophobic, bigot Yahtzees, dude. They painted Gary Beegler and Jeremy and Doomcock like they were fucking Nazis, man. They put them in Nazi outfits and put their heads on pictures of fucking Yahtzees and called them all racist, bigot, homophobes for not liking Star Trek. Yeah. This is CBS. This is Paramount. These are the people that did this shit. These are the people that have been pointing their fingers at each of us saying we're horrible fucking people for not liking their Drek. I'm sorry. They have not earned the respect or the right to go, you know what, we need to be civil. No, they lost that when they fucking pointed their fingers at each of us and called us all that shit and labeled us all that and said we're horrible people for not liking their fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
This is on them. It's not on us. They asked for this. Well, guess what?
Loki, this is now the time for accountability. Like it is time now. Like this is when what they say the chickens have now need to come home to roost on these mofos.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah. This is the spoonful of fucking SJW shit you said we all needed to swallow. Well, guess what? It's time to take your own medicine. It's time to take a big old spoonful of bullshit. Because I'm not gonna promote your shit, and I'm not gonna write home about it, and I'm not gonna deal with it because you guys screwed yourselves over. This is what you get. I hope it crashes and burns. I hope Star Trek burns in the fire of mediocrity for the rest of its existence. This is what you get, you fuckers, for acting like the past didn't matter, for acting like canon didn't matter, for acting like the fans didn't fucking matter. This is what you get. So I'm sorry, R&B. I can't agree with you. And I'm sorry, PJ, but there shall be no peace as long as Kurtzman runs Star Trek.
Oh, I like that. There shall be no peace. Can I use that on the Doomcock show tomorrow night?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to credit you with it. I'm going to use that. I love that. There shall be no peace while Kurtzman is in charge of Trek. I love that. Wow, what a great show we just had.
Indeed.
Dude, this was a great discussion. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Did you guys enjoy it in the chat?
I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had a great time this morning. Believe me.
Great. And you know what? Mexican Ironman officially for the next 24 hours in celebration of this show will suck it up and take any and all out of the window jokes that may show up on Twitter. I will suck it up and take it.
Going out of a window. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out and being a part of Valhalla each and every single morning. You guys are the absolute best. We will be back tomorrow morning for YouTube Talk on Wednesday. But until then, be great. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. And we'll catch you next time on Taco Tuesday with Stone Loki.
And super chat.
Oh, Lady Mist. Guardian of the Void, ladies and gentlemen, says fabulous show this morning. Loki and Mexican Ironman. It's wonderful having you back, Loki. It is wonderful getting to be back. Lady Mist, Guardian of the Void. Thank you so very much. And this one is just for you. Skull! A little talk toxic femininity on the way out the door. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, there shall be no peace as long as Kurtzman runs track. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.